Hello, my friend. So today we're going to talk about equivalent expressions and equations. And we're going to use this practice from Khan Academy, as you can see. So they say which expressions are equivalent to x plus 2y plus x plus 2. Okay? So first of all, let us see if we can simplify that. Can we combine like term? Yeah. What I have 2x and x can combine, so I have 2x plus 2y plus 2. So let us see which one here can give me 2x plus 2y plus 2. So if we look up here, if we distribute, I get 2x plus 2y plus 2. Yep, so this is the one. So this is equivalent expression by using the distributive property. Okay, let's see if this is correct. We made it. Let's get the next question. Okay. Which expressions are equivalent to this one? So again, this is z plus the quantity z plus 6. I can combine like term. Z and z is 2z. And then I get 2z plus 6. So I'm going to look up here which one going to give me 2z plus 6. You know. So if we distribute here again, 2 times z is 2z. 2 times 3 is 6. Yep, this is the one. So if you use the distributive property here and the combined like term here, we get the equivalent expression exactly the same. Okay, let's see if this is correct. Okay. Now I have this expression here, x plus x plus x plus 2. And I want to know again which one is equivalent. So I can think of combined like term here, x plus x plus x. If you simplify that, it gives you 3x. So 3x plus 2. Now I'm looking here. This is give me 3x plus 2. This is not. This is not. Oh, but look at that. This is 2. If you distribute, you get 2x and then plus 2 and then another x. So 2x plus 1x is 3x plus 2. This also can work. Check that. Okay. Let's get the next question. Okay. Which expression is equivalent to this? Okay. And we can multiply, we can distribute backward because this is this quantity times 2. So let us distribute backward. So 2 times 5g is 10g. 2 times 3h is 6h. And 2 times 4 is 8. So I want to see which one will give me that. You know? So if you do this one here, it gives you what? 40g plus 24h. If you do this one, it gives me 30g plus 18h, but there is no constant. This one has a constant is 8. So I'm going to say none of the above actually will work for this one. Okay. So again, this we can use distribution and combine like term to actually get the equivalent expression. What about equivalent equation? Let's see this one here. Okay. So let's move this here so you can see it. Okay. So if we look at this equation, how can I figure out if this is equivalent to this? You know, we use the properties of equality to discover the equivalent equation. If you add the same number, you know, to both sides, you still get an equivalent equation. So for example, 30 minus 2x equal 12. If you subtract it to 30 from both sides, I end up negative 2x equal 18. Those two equations are equivalent, the first one and the second one. Okay. And then if you divide by negative 2, I get x equal negative 9. This is also equation and they're equivalent. So again, this is equivalent to this, equivalent to this. How can I figure any equivalent equation? If this, you just solve for x. If you get the same answer, so the two equations are equivalent. Let's see this one here. Same story. If you use the equality property of like here for addition, I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So if you add 6 to both sides, I end up with 48 equal 3x. Now, this equation here is equivalent to the first one. If you solve the first one all the way down, you get x equals 16. If you solve this one, also you get x equals 16. Okay? So again, equivalent equation, the equation that actually, if you solve it all the way down, you get the same answer exactly. Okay. The last piece I want to highlight today was the equivalent, about equivalent line. So let us look up here to this line here. So I have y equal 2x plus 1. This equation here. Okay, I want to have an equivalent equation for this line. If you multiply by any constant all in everywhere, you know, or you add same number to each side, or you subtract a number from each side, or you multiply a number by each side, or you divide by the same number each side, if you do the same thing for the two sides, you end up with equivalent equation for this line. So let us create a couple of them. So here is, I'm going to multiply by 2. Let us see. If you multiply by 2, you get 2y equal 2 times x is 4x, 2 plus 2 times 1 is 2. Here we go. Look at this. So if I multiply by 2 everywhere, you end up with equivalent equation for the same line because you multiply 2 both sides. Okay? Let's try if you add 2. So here we go. Y plus 2. Okay, I'm adding 2 to this side. Let's see. I'm going to add 2 to the other side. So I have 2x plus 1 plus 2. Same line. So if you add 2 to the side and you add 2 to the side, you still end up with the same line equation. What about if I multiply by negative 1? So let's go ahead and take this equation here and multiply it by negative 1. So negative times y is negative y. Okay. Negative times 2x is negative 2x. And negative times 1 is negative 1. Same line. So if you switch actually all the sign, okay, you end up with the same one. So let us try another example here. Let's see if we have this equation here. Y equal negative 3/4 x, okay, plus 3. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1. So I'm going to have negative 1 times y is negative y. And then negative 3/4 x times negative 1, it gives me 3/4 x. And then negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Here we go. So pretty much I switch all the sign. Positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative, because you just multiply by negative 1. And if you multiply by negative 1 both sides, you end up with the same line. Okay? What about if I give you the line in the standard form, which we're going to learn this week? Like x plus 2y equal 1, for example. Let's take this ones out. Okay? Now I want to end up with equivalent. Again, I said if you multiply by the same number, so I'm going to multiply everyone here by 5. So 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2y is 10y. 5 times 1 is 5. Same line. Multiply by anything both sides. I'm going to, multiply by 100. I'm going to multiply by 100. So I have 100x to 100y equal 100. Look at that. Same line. Okay. So if you multiply any equation by the same constant number for both sides, you end up with the same. Okay. What about if I divide by 3 here and I divide by 3 here? It's still going to be equivalent. Let's see that. Okay. So I'm going to divide everything by 3. So x divided by 3. 2y divided by 3 equal 1/3. Oops. Equal 1/3. You can see. Same line exactly. Okay. So what about if I have another here, the last one? Okay. I have negative x plus 2y equal negative 3. Let's go ahead and multiply this by negative 1. So I have x minus 2y equal 3. Same line. So hopefully this makes sense. And keep practicing and have fun.